All right, day 23. So exciting, right? I'm going to change it up for you. So this is day 23, which is rocks and pebbles. Okay, I know what you're going to say. We've done circles, we've done bubbles, and we've done water. Anyways, guess what? Rocks and pebbles are different. So I'm going to give you some tips about doing rocks and pebbles. First of all, I want you again to think about nature. Every single pebble, every single rock is different. They all have different angles. They have different, like how rough they are, how smooth they are. So, and like quite often they can all, well, they're all unique. We know that, but think about the size. So for example, when I'm drawing my pebbles, I am going to draw different sizes together. So I'm coming in and see how I'm creating new spaces. So I have, this is a very flat space. This is more of an indented space. This is more of a flat space, and this is more of an indented space. So even me visualizing, okay, this is indented, this is flat, this is flat, this is indented. So I'm thinking about the different sizes. So here we have large, medium, really small. So we have lots of different sizes of pebbles, and then we have the different shapes that are forming within that. So if I'm here, then I want to create new angles and designs when I'm setting that up. And also remember, when you are designing, you want to think about you're designing in a structured space. Okay? Is this making sense to you? So right now, currently, my son is learning how to drive. And a month ago, this is how he acted. He was like, I am turning lanes. I am putting my blinker left. I have finished doing my blinker. I am now shoulder checking. Like he literally was saying this out loud. It was the funniest thing ever. He's this like big kid, muscly, like just tall. And he was so nervous. It was so new to him that he was just like, I am now slowing down by putting my foot on the brake. Like he was saying it out loud because it was such a new memory, a new job for his brain and his body to coordinate with. And so it's kind of similar for you. For some of you out there who are doing the doodling, you're like, okay, I am drawing a circle. So even for here, I'll just use my finger. And so let's say, okay, I am drawing a circle. It is filling this space. I am drawing a larger circle. It is filling this space. Now you can say, I am drawing a smaller circle. So large, large, small. You could even say that. I am drawing a medium. I am drawing a large. I am drawing a medium. I am drawing a small. I am drawing a large. I am drawing a medium. I am drawing a small. Like, if that helps you, it's totally fine. And guess what? My son now, so every morning he drives, and he doesn't do that anymore. It's kind of sad because it was actually really cute. And so he's getting more automatic, and he's going on the highway now, and things are coming. And so I promise you, the more you do this and the more you can have visualizations that are kind of, in your area, it's going to help you fill in that space. Okay, we got a singer out here. It's all good. All right, so have fun with rocks and pebbles. So that's one thing to think about, is filling in these spaces. The other one is changing up the space. Now, okay, so if pebbles, if this really stresses you out because they're all different shapes and sizes and you're kind of fitting them in, then what I recommend you do is just draw some lines. Because ever since we went to school, like since we were 5, we learned how to write. We learned how to make shapes in similar sizes from left to right. So this might be more comfortable for us. Now, one of the exercises you can do is that you can create different sizes to work within. So then now I'm just coming around and, I'm working at being like trying to connect these two, but I am not going to kill myself I shouldn't say kill myself, but I'm not going to be so worried about connecting with those. And again, if that is really stressful for you, remember my tip. I have 2 tips. One is use a thinner thread, like bottom line, 60 weight by Superior, Or you can use a blending thread, which means if you have a busy background like florals or lots going on, then use the thread that's going to kind of sink into it, and you're not going to notice the thread so much. Those are really good tips. And then I want to come in here. So when I'm doing my pebbles can be different shapes. Now, I'm going to slow down. If I want it to be really precise, I'm just going to slow down and I'm going to connect with my next one. And even when I'm doodling, this is one of my problems. When I doodled, I went too fast. So when I started quilting, I went too fast and I wasn't getting that muscle memory. It's like my son plays basketball and he releases the ball too soon. But the thing is, because he played so much just for casual and fun, he wasn't as focused on the technique. And so now he has to kind of relearn it. Even though it wasn't serious, he was just playing around, he's got to relearn. So the other thing is when you're doing your pebbles, so when I connect my pebbles, I actually connect and I think, okay, nailed it. I got those together. And then I'm going to come around again. And then I'm going to come up this side and I'm going to connect. And I literally have a little pause. I'm like, yeah, I connected. And then I come back around and then I connect. Now, when we're connecting these pebbles like this, we have to have some retracing, right? And that's okay. But what I recommend is if we retrace always on the same, like on the top all the time, this is going to be a little bit thicker on our fabric. Kind of like when I told you about the hearts. So when we were doing the heart, I'm going to come back down. So I'm creating this, but if I always come on the same side, this side of the thread is going to be heavier. So if I can go this side, then repeat back on this side, and then on that side, right? And so then it's going to be even, it's going to even out. So that thread play is just going to be a little bit more, it's not going to be so heavy on the one side. That's all. It's kind of a picky thing. But I think, you know what? You spend a lot of money and time and effort making your quilt top, especially if you have clients too coming. You want it to have the best result possible. So again, having the good habits right away is going to help you. So when I come in here, I'm like, okay, I'm going to connect. I'm going to come down on that one. Now I'm going to come on the top, and then I'm going to come on the bottom. And then I'm going to come on the top, and then I'm going to come on the bottom. Okay? Same thing. So these are some of the tips that I'm going to give you for rocks and pebbles. I love pebbling. Pebbling is one of my favorite fillers, especially when we get into like the higher end, like more detailed, some of the things that you see me posting of the graffiti kind of doodling when you have lots of different elements that are combined together. Pebbling is a great way to connect different designs together. Okay, so what you gonna do now? Go and draw some rocks and pebbles. Can't wait to see what you do. Don't forget #Dara Doodle Challenge. And I will see you tomorrow for our next one, which is number, let me check, 24. See you tomorrow, day 24.